Okay, so we're going to start with our intention and what you would truly like to see happen in your life. If something were to happen for you, even from this session, even from this one session, what might that be for you? And so you can just put that as your intention. Okay. So it could be physical health challenges, it could be money challenges, it could be relationship stuff, it could be some sort of thing, whatever success is, or fulfillment, whatever that is for you. Okay. And then I'm going to do this a couple of different ways. One is with a matrix energetics 2-point, because I've seen things change in an instant with that. And Ilya and I have the instant miracle, and we'll be using that. And here's my intention. Let me use, let me see if I have I don't have my glasses. I still need glasses at the time of this for me. I don't have it. That's okay. I'm going to do it like this. Matrix energetics 2-point. So there's let me get everybody into the group. There's an idea that I've been playing with to see, because sometimes I see like instant miracles. Things happen really fast, and people have a physical healing that's instant. Sometimes people have a money situation shift very instantly, a relationship thing that shifts. So I've seen instant miracles, and we're going to do this. I'll just kind of start with how it showed up today as I was getting ready for our group. Is we've got, and I talked about it in the email I sent out earlier today, but there's a part of the brain that that comes online very early. You're conceived, and very early, and this part of the nervous system starts to turn on. And what it is the vagus nerve, which is up in here in the brainstem, and goes down and connects up and innervates all the organs. So the liver and the GI tract and heart, lungs, and all these organs are turned on, or like the impulse, the nerve impulse from the brainstem comes from the vagus nerve right back here. And there's also nerves that go to the upper traps. So think of like tension, and to the muscles right here, and think of tension. And they lock us down into a state that's a reaction. It's called limbic reaction response. Like you can't control it kind of reaction. Like that's the range of ecstasy to rage. And so so these deep survival mechanisms kick in, and they start to come online very early in life, before you're born. And what it's doing is it's connected up to this part of your brain, your right orbital frontal cortex, which is where you think and make judgments. And you can think of a mother breastfeeding her baby. That right part of the forehead connects up with the baby's right part of the forehead. And it's the baby gets to notice and track and really feel and understand if the mother's stressed. So if the mother's stressed, or, some of the worst case scenarios, the mother doesn't want the baby, the mother didn't want a baby, there's probably, there could be problems in the marriage or the relationship. There's all sorts of stress. There's money worries, there's health worries, there's like too many kids to take care of worries. Whatever it is, the baby feels it. And of course, the baby doesn't have any words. So it can't, you're not going to do talk therapy later and figure it out. It's like it comes online very early. And so when I was thinking about this, it's like, why is it that some people heal really, really fast? Peace process, instant miracle, matrix energetics, doing hands-on healing. Why is it some people succeed in life really, really well, and things just work, and all the synchronicities work, and they get all the right people in their life, and other people don't? So what's going on? And I'm thinking, well, there's like all these old patterns that are running in the background that are kind of causing situations to show up. And but then I came across this book. Somebody an NLP guy and copywriter guy, but he wants to be a healer guy, bought me a couple of books. One was on healing, and one was this book, The Ultimate Coach. And so it was on my shelf for the longest time, and I've started reading it. I'm only partway through, but there's the guy. And so and his wife is the one that wrote the book because he didn't want to write a book, but he's I guess world famous in circles of people that make a lot of money, and he commands a very, very, very high price if you want to see him, and big level companies pay him whatever he wants. And so I'm reading this book and that his wife wrote after interviewing him, I think with their daughter or somebody, and he had so much abuse, like the worst of the worst of the worst. Like, whatever you're dealing with as a parent, I can think like, man, I didn't do a good job there. This guy did not have good parents, and it was a disaster. His life was threatened. His mom's life was threatened. It's like disaster upon disaster. And so I'm reading it thinking, wow, this guy transcended that. Because, we see all sorts of people that these old patterns keep resurfacing. And I think of it like a stain in a carpet, and you do the deep cleaning and it looks pretty good. And then after a few weeks, the stain comes back up and you're like, crap, there's a stain. So then you do the deep cleaning again and the stain comes back up. And it's like, so these old patterns can be like that, it seems. Yet there's people that have these massive shifts and these really wonderful things that happen, and they've transcended it. So what I'm going to do first is a matrix energetics 2-point. So let's just do it right now. We're going to 2-point whatever this guy figured out. And you. And we're just going to let go on 3, 2, 1. And you know how it is when we do this, we do it for real. We play for real. Yeah, so that feels really good. I've never quite seen that pattern before. 2 magic circle orbs. I'm going to play with this pattern a little bit. Maybe a lot of it. Oh, and that pattern. So we know there's information in the field, information in the space, and it might be that we don't have the words that can describe it, or the science that can describe it absolutely, but it can come in as images, thought patterns, hallucinations. Okay, that feels like it's going to just keep on going and doing stuff. Okay, now there's this other part that we use, you guys know it, the peace process. And this morning as I was getting ready for the session, one thing was I thought, I don't want to work so hard. And one of the wonderful things about matrix energetics was when I first found it and used it and it worked, it was like, oh my God, it's the easiest thing I've ever done. So it's just like, just go straight into this space and let go. And then I worked on a family yesterday and a little bit last couple weeks ago too, this wonderful family, and they really get my hands-on work. So I'm working with them in town, and I won't give too many specifics, but I'll give a really brief little bit of one with an elbow problem. Many years ago, wasn't her big concern in life, but didn't move very well, and had a problem. And when I checked her range of motion, her hip was tight. So we were checking this, and when I did my scan, the primary area was a bone in her forearm that she broke when she was 20. and she's much older than that now, but that's where I found a bone bruise. So literally a little bone that hadn't fully healed, and all the areas that I looked at that were problematic all went to this one spot, saying this is the primary of all the primary spots. So I did a simple technique called the bone bruise technique. It took about a minute, maybe, yeah, about a minute. And then that felt like it had closed up. The bone bruise was no longer a bone bruise anymore. And I went back and checked. Her elbow moved a bit better, quite a bit better, and her hip moved better. So then I'm scanning again, and I found something in her left knee. And then she told me, oh yeah, at this other age, a big ACL, knee disruption problem and ligament problem and surgery and all sorts of stuff. And I found bone bruises, which you tend to get when you have an injury like that. But yet there were still some bones that had not healed fully. So I did the bone bruise technique to the knees. It was the next primary spot. And then the elbow got even better. And then the hip got even better. So it's like, so the key with this physical healing is what's the body protecting itself from, heal that up, and then the rest of the body unravels. And then you find the next spot that the body's protecting itself from. Now, what we have with our group, and we're going to do with our one-on-ones right now, is one-on-one sessions. And I'm going to guide us all to it to start with. You all know this technique, but the peace process is really cool because we have whatever's going on, what's in the way, what's your problem, what are you dealing with, what's really bugging you, people, situations, life circumstances, hopes, dreams, desires, whatever's on your mind like that, that's like something that then brings up, here's where the root cause is. And where's the root cause? Like with that lady, it was her elbow, and then it was her knee. With this, your what's in the way of your healing, what's in the way of your success, the problems, the buttons, poking the bear, your goals, your dreams, your desires. How you find this is the primary area that you're noticing in your body. Where is that? Yeah. Now, if you had, the manual therapy techniques, you could go see, is it something like a bone and you fix up the bone, or is it a problem with a heart muscle, or is it a problem with the lung, or what is it? But the cool thing is with the peace process, we have a way to use this infinite source energy to heal it without the words. And so we're going to do this process now. And what we're doing with the peace process is finding the primary thing that's in the way for you. And then, of course, you can see what you do in the physical world, see if maybe now a diet works after you clear this stuff. Maybe you find there was a toxin, like in my case, a couple of times. Maybe you need a certain manual therapy technique and it works, whereas before they didn't work, that kind of thing. So let's do this now. Think about what you truly, truly want. If it were to all come true for you, go to that desired chief aim in life. What do you want? And of course, feel it, live it, experience it. If it all came true, what would it be like? And if there's anything that's really bugging you, like, somebody, something happened and your money situation went down, or something happened and you got really bad news about a health thing, or you're worried about your kids, or whatever's going on. Somebody bugs you, somebody betrayed you, whatever it is, you can put any of that into the mix. And now let's get out of our thoughts. And it's powerful because we're in a group. And let's stay in our bodies. And let's notice what we notice and just follow the most intense part. Because some of this stuff that's in the way, you don't have words for, and you're not going to talk your way out of it or figure it out, because a lot of it came on before you had words, before you were born, in the first few years of life. But we have this mechanism to go find it and truly heal it. And my intention is, like that guy, Steve Hardison, we have our own version of healing, true healing. Yeah, get healthy and do what you're here to do. So just everybody's together, and we're going to just stay very focused for the next few minutes on what's happening in your body. And we're just going to follow it. And with everybody doing that, it adds a lot of power. I think it's exponential to each person's healing because we're all doing this together. One of my friends said, yeah, it's like there's a witness to this. It's good to do it to yourself. And there's something about having witnesses there. Okay, so I love the way this feels. So I'm going to turn off this part of the recording, and then we're still recording the whole thing for our Atomic Success Secrets group, but this way we could put a little special video underneath it all. Okay, whoa,